Many people today are struggling with their confidence. A lot of people will say I struggle with low self-esteem. And that's something that I struggled with for a really long time. I had polycystic ovarian syndrome and I had facial hair and, long sideburns, and I was overweight. And still to this day, I have some side effects of PCOS, but I healed it. But I had to learn to deal with myself first, and then deal with having these symptoms. Like, you learn to be confident. And then I belonged to a church, didn't affirm women, didn't affirm me being black, told me I was less than, that the Bible's a literal document, that I was Eve and that I was evil. And also, I came from a family that was from the Elizabeth Taylor era. So they compared me to so many different people. And I grew up just feeling insecure and didn't have my mother around. My father wasn't around for a very long time. We're in good terms now, but when you're raised by your grandparents who are 60 years older than you, you don't really have anyone to talk to you about how to be confident. They didn't talk to me about, be confident. My grandfather was very affirming, and my grandmother was in some ways, but they weren't necessarily telling me how to be confident, because they had already had their daughters to raise, so they were older than me. And my community, my church, didn't teach me how to be confident. They taught me how to, that I'm a child of God, but with conditions. And with social media and all these different things, people are struggling with their confidence, and they're struggling with knowing that they're enough. And I teach fitness classes, and some of my students don't even come to the front of class to the mirror because they're afraid. And there are different ways that we've been conditioned to feel, like we're not supposed to be confident, that we're not worthy of having everything, from our cultural background, our families, our friends, our jobs, and overall the story that you're telling yourself. But the great thing about life is that you can change that story, and you can change the trust that you have in yourself to being, a high level of trust, and to the point that you're not thinking that your body's inadequate. You're not thinking that you don't deserve the relationship of your dreams. You're not thinking that you can have, incredible intimacy. You're not thinking that, oh, you don't deserve this money, which was a big challenge for me. But I created this course because as my friends would talk to me, and as I started life coaching, and even when I was a social worker, and even when I was nannying and doing all these different things, people were really struggling with their confidence. And the reason why, so I created this course to help people in different areas of their life, because confidence and self-esteem is just rampant all around. Some of my friends' kids are even struggling with confidence, and they're struggling with their body, and they're struggling with, if they feel good in themselves. And of course, I have a module that's specifically on sex, so maybe don't show that module to your kids or monitor that part. But I just think that a lot of people are struggling with this perception that their confidence is outside of themselves, and it's not. You're confident because you're a being on this planet. You're an inhabitant of this earth. You're a child of the universe, a child of God. And when you were born on this planet, you didn't need anything. You knew how to cry to get what you wanted. You knew how to, wail, because you knew that you'd get what you want. As you get older, these different things that I told you, like culture, family, these norms that were all created, made you feel less than. And you don't need to feel that way. It's not natural. And secondly, it's natural in the sense that everyone has some issues of self-esteem that they have to sort through. But at the same time, when you get closer to your divinity, meaning that you know who you are, whether your identity is in Jesus, in Allah, or in the universe, or whatever you call that, when you get closer to knowing that you are a product of source, your confidence levels boost, because you know that you don't have to prove yourself to be of worth, because you trust, because confidence is not about another person. It's about trusting in yourself. So you trust in the fact that you are enough, because the fact that you were created enough. And this is what revolutionized my life, because even when I've had nothing, and even when I have very little, or I've, been broke, or, had some problem, I just always had this incredible trust in myself. And there are times that I have gone out and have had a really crappy day, And people will never know that because I'm very confident, because I'm the one who will be up on stage shaking my bum, winning lots of money at a drag brunch, which I did, and just enjoying myself. Even when there are things going on that have affected me, I trust that everything will be okay. I just do, because I trust in myself, and I trust that I'm loved by this universe. And even in my relationships, romantically and with family, what changed my confidence with them, and what I mean by confidence with your relationships, is confident that you deserve the relationship of your dreams, and confident that your family is going to be the family you need them to be, and your friendships are going to be the friendships you need them to be. Sometimes we think that because of our childhood that we're never going to have the relationship that we want, we're never going to have the sex life we want, we're never going to have the people around us that are going to be there for us. And I remember after I left my church, I lost like many friends who were upset that I started dancing and that I started becoming more of myself, and they just abandoned me. And I've dealt with abandonment issues, my mother going missing, and I had to rebuild my life. But through that, I trusted in myself, and I started going to different events and doing different things, which is why I do so much Zumba, because I just have so many friends in Zumba, and it changed my life. And I'm now confident that like I can go into any room and find friends. I'm not insecure about losing people, even if it's family. And then even with my family, like I don't really care what my family thinks about my life. My family wants me to be a certain way so many times, but I consider success in a different way than my family does. And that's trusting in yourself, and trusting that even when things are going wrong, it's never wrong. It's always you just going on a different route, that you're always going to know better and do better next time. And so you have to stop feeling insecure about your life. And a lot of my friends feel insecure about their bodies, and it saddens me because I wonder what they're comparing themselves to. Like, yes, I do remember when I was like 15, 16. I have a very prominent memory when I was dealing with PCOS, and like I was full facial hair, and like I didn't know how to shave or wax at this time, and now I'm like looking into laser and all this different stuff, and my hormones were rampant, and no one around me had like facial hair PCOS, and I was more overweight, and I couldn't lose the weight because I didn't know what to do with my piece to help my PCOS, which I'm going to do another course specifically on PCOS, but that will take me a while. So I just remember feeling like a big lack of confidence. And then when I started dating, I didn't know how to be confident with guys at first, because I've been taught to submit, and I was taught to not be sexual, and I was afraid that I wasn't enough and I wasn't pretty enough. And then over time, I just said, screw it, I'm going to learn how to do this stuff. And I had sex, and I did the things I need to do, and I became really confident in the bedroom and really confident in my relationships, and eventually put up those boundaries even after having heartbreak when the guy I really loved was, having sex with the girl upstairs. I went up there and he was with her, and it was just terrible. But you learn over time that you deserve better because you start practicing better for yourself. You put yourself in scenarios that change your life, and you have to really truly want to be a more confident person. Like, it's not, oh, I wake up one day and I'm confident. It's a choice. And it's you going through different areas of your life and examining why you feel this way and what has happened, and knowing that if you're a product of this universe, and that you came here a divine being that has the same DNA as the stars, the same atoms as the stars, like nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, I believe, but I think it's another three. You can look it up. That means that you literally are a divine creature that deserves everything. And you should be confident in that, and not being insecure, like I was saying, in your body, because a lot of people are like, one of my friends said, if I have bigger boobs, then I'll be more confident. And I thought to myself, that's not the problem. That is something that you think, because who told you that you have to change your body to be more confident? First of all, boobs are just for breastfeeding. So, and yes, they're great for like touching and all that stuff, which I love my boobs, and so does my boyfriend. But like, it's not about your boobs. It's about your body in general. Who told you that you have to change your body? Like, a lot of people are, I'm a Zumba instructor, and I see so many people who are squatting, get a bigger butt. I'm like, why are you doing this? Because the beauty standard keeps changing, and it's okay to do these different things. I'm not saying this in a condemning way, but I'm making a point of, if you have been taught that you are not enough as you are, then of course you're going to be struggling with your confidence, and you're going to have low levels of self-esteem because of whatever the community around you told you about being confident, or what they haven't told you about being confident. Like, that's my thing. I wasn't told, and I also was told that I was indirectly told, I would say that, because it's hard when you are a mixed person, first of all, in America, and you're struggling with being white and black, and then you're not white enough you're not like, and my grandfather's not like American white. He's from Turkey, so it's completely different culture. He's European white. And then my grandmother is from the South. My other grandparents from the South in Mississippi and Kentucky. So that's also a different culture. And then in America, where there's just so much division among people who are mixed. It was just very interesting to find my identity and to be confident in that, because I came from a family where everybody was darker than me. My sister was darker than me, my dad, and I just had these little bright light eyes that now I'm very proud of, but I didn't know how to be confident at the time. I didn't know how to be confident in my body. I wasn't confident in like my friendships, because all my friendships were based on what I did for them at that time more than who I was, especially the ones who were in church, not all of them. But I lost a lot of people. And I had to learn to just trust that everything would be okay. And also to trust that I'm a child of this freaking universe. This is the one thing you have to learn being confident. That you're a child of this universe, and that you deserve everything because you're a child of this universe, a child of God. Like, you're here to live a good life. We're not here to suffer. We are not here to suffer. And so purchase this course if you're struggling with your confidence. I'm going to be releasing it at the end of June because I'm pre-selling it now. It's 28 modules, really great information. It starts with my story and my confidence story more in depth, and then also goes into what is confidence and how to change it from my social work background, my life coaching background. And also and then we go into different parts of your life to be confident. So it's a great course. It's only $100 and it's 28 modules. It's really great. And you can go back to it forever and ever and ever and ever. And every time you go through a module, there's a meditation at the end. So it's really great. And I put a lot of work into it, but I'm pre-selling it now and not coming out with it until June 30th, because June 29th or 30th, because I want it to be something that I had this thought that we always want to go through New Year's resolutions at the end of the year, and um, we're 6 months out. Like, it's June already. We're 6 months out. So you have all this time to prepare yourself for a new year, and so you'll have 6 months exactly to prepare yourself for 2024. Now, you don't need a whole 6 months to work on your confidence, but a lot of people say, I'm going to start over in the new year, and I'm going to start over, and I'm someone who likes precision in some ways. Maybe it's the Capricorn in me, and that's why. So I'm starting it the end of June, and you can like literally work on until the end of December. So then you can start 2024 with, a great, with confidence. And I'm also going to start doing life coaching. So that's going to be on sale, and I know I'm coming out with an ebook very soon, but the course is very, very important, and it's something that I wish I had someone to like go through with me, someone who's blunt, someone who is a woman, and someone who just really cares. Like, I really care about people being confident, because when I had my car, I don't know how many times I sat in my car and people would just talk to me about the fact that they were struggling with the decision to change their life, their decision in their relationship, the decision in their job, the decision with their family and friends. I mean, I guess because I raised myself in so many ways, because my mother went missing when I was young and my father wasn't around. My grandparents were so much older than me. I had so much time to be by myself, and so I had to learn these different skills of being confident and trusting in myself, because that's how I survived. Like, I did so much by myself. There's so much that I did as on my own, like from the age of 7, when my mother was an alcoholic and bipolar and took me to Urbana, and I had to like raise myself and make my own breakfast and walk to school, and all these different things, because she wasn't available for me. Like, I got all these awards in school because I trusted in myself to keep going, and eventually that built my confidence, but it also made me struggle with like, who am I? Those kinds of questions. And so I've had a really interesting life where my mother's not here to this day. She's been gone for over 20 years. And my grandparents are all gone. My father is here, but we weren't always close. And so I had to learn to trust in myself and learn to find the skills, like with every different detail of my life, to trust in Karajan, to really trust in myself. And I really, really do trust in myself, because I've learned that I am a child of this universe, and that title nobody can take from me. Nobody can take the title of child of God, child of universe from you. It's something that can't be taken from you, period. And so when you're struggling with yourself, when you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're thinking that there's something wrong with your body, or you're thinking that you have to be a certain way to be loved in your relationship, or you're thinking that your job, shouldn't pay you more, or, you're very sad in whatever scenario you're in, remember that you have to grab life by the reins and take it, and know that, and trust in the fact that it's going to be okay, and that you can do what you want because of the fact that you deserve that. That's what confidence really is. It's not looking at something else outside of you and being like, hey, if this is correct, or this is like A, B, or C, then I'm gonna be great, and then I'll be like, oh, so happy, and I won't struggle with my self-esteem. You're gonna still struggle with different parts of your life, but when you understand that you can have everything because of the fact that you are a child of this universe, then you're confident. You don't need to do something to become confident. You just need to go through different areas of your life that have made you feel inadequate, especially with social media now, that's showing you all these different pictures and reels and stuff. And that's why, like, you might think I'm on social media a lot because I post things, but I don't really scroll that much. And I really have censored my social media to only give me content that I really enjoy. Like, if there's something on my social media that isn't in line with what I want for my life, I say I'm not interested, and like, I don't want it ever on there. Usually my social media is just full of manifestation, funny animal videos, and beautiful relationship quotes that are positive and not toxic, and social justice stuff. And every once in a while I'll find something funny and I'll like that. But really and truly, I don't like to scroll, because I don't like to compare myself to other people. Because if you keep watching stuff on social media, you're naturally going to do that. Especially if you have days where you're a little triggered, or your ego is hurt, or whatever. Like, it's hard to not compare yourself. So my course, on confidence is out now. It's $100, but it's 28 modules, guys. It's like less than $5. Some therapy lessons are $100. This is a great introductory course for you, for your friends, for the people around you. It's going to be launching June 30th. So get it now. It is, I believe it's really great, and I'm really passionate about what I do. And one thing, I'll tell you a story before I end this. I know this is super long. I'm sorry. My Zumba students, whenever I have a class, I'm always running late for it, because it's just at 5:45, and it's hard to get from one part of Chicago to the other in 45 minutes on the bus. So anyways, I always tell my Zumba students, when they are dancing, go to the mirror, be confident in yourself, go to the mirror. And I teach my fitness classes not just because I love to teach fitness and like I love to dance and stuff, and I'm good at bringing people together, but because I want people to be confident when they go into class. I want people to look at themselves in the mirror and know that they don't have to look down. Like, they don't have to always look at me, that you can just shake your bum and enjoy yourself, and look at yourself in the mirror and know, hey, I look so great, and this is so much fun. And that's what confidence is: trusting in the journey, trusting in the process, trusting in different areas of your life. And I want people to experience that. So if you're struggling with confidence, I have this course for you. You can pay with the link, and I also accept like different forms of payment, like Cash App, Venmo, all those different things, which I'll put below. But I am confident, and I trust that this course will help you, especially if you're someone who is struggling in different parts of your life with, feeling like you're enough, or comparing yourself to another person, or not just overall not trusting that you are enough. And you are enough. You are enough. And do this course over and over and over again until you understand that you're enough. Do the meditations, do the affirmations, like, know that you are enough, because when you're a child of this universe, nobody can take that from you. That's the title that nobody can take from you. It's like, you can't be dethroned from that. So anyways, I love you guys. I gotta go get some cat food for my little babies, because they're always hungry.